Today here in Robert's Guitar Dungeon, we're checking out the Class A boost from Pigtronix with a fidget spinner on my head. Okay, there is actually quite a few things you can do with a boost pedal, and I'm going to demo a couple of them. This particular one, we're going to look at 3 different ways that it can be used. After a gain stage, before a gain stage, and with an 18 volt power input as opposed to a 9 volt. Interesting pedal. You know, Pigtronix are a they're a smaller boutique company, and they've got some pretty well-known pedals like the I think it's called the Philosopher's Tone. That's like a compressor overdrive, something or other of theirs. I think that's probably their most popular, and they've got several others. But I know when I was at Guitar Center, the Philosopher's Tone seemed to be the one that was real popular, and I think now there's also a mini version of that one out. But that's not the one we're talking about. Today we're talking about the Class A Boost. This pedal started out as, I believe, up around like the $140, $150 range at least, maybe a little bit more than that. Pigtronix stuff is expensive. Guitar Center and Musician's Friend, God bless them, they clearanced these out, and Musician's Friend was running stupid deals of the day on these several times, and stupid deal of the hours and like the holiday sales and stuff, for like 69 bucks, and I almost jumped on it several times, and then finally they ran one last one at 49 bucks, and that's when I jumped on it. On the used market, I've seen these, in about right around there, 60, 70 bucks or so. So I got a pretty good deal on it. It's a boost pedal. It doesn't really do much. There's just one knob on it that's labeled gain. That's all it is. It's a gain volume knob. And as the name implies, it's meant to boost signal. It can run on either 9 or 18 volts. If you buy it new, in the box it does come with actually an 18 volt power supply. My thoughts on the sound of the pedal as well. I like it a lot better after an overdrive than I do before. Before an overdrive, when you're trying to boost the gain, it seems to, even with an 18 volt power supply, it's got more, definitely 18 volts definitely gives it more headroom, which is a good thing. 9 volts, on 9 volts it just doesn't really seem to do much before an overdrive pedal. It just, it adds more gain, and really kind of, I think it adds more fizz. And then when you turn the knob all the way up, like at the very end of the demo, then it starts to get real flubby, and just doesn't do much for me. Putting it after an overdrive, high gain overdrive like the version 3 OCD that I'm using, I think sounds really cool, and adds a whole different dynamic to the tone altogether, and really does a lot to enhance the overdrive. So my opinion, running it after is way better, and 9 or 18 volts, really, I was pretty pleased with both when you run it after an overdrive or a distortion. Surprisingly lightweight. There's not not a whole lot to this thing inside. One knob, and that feels fairly sturdy. It's fair, it turns okay, but it's kind of tight to turn, so it doesn't feel loose. Nothing rattling going on around the inside. And made in the USA, it says right there on the back, which is a cool thing. You look on the if you shop around on Reverb and eBay, if you're looking for a simple boost pedal, probably not a bad way to go. I didn't try it before, running it before an overdrive pedal. I didn't try running it through like a low gain type of overdrive and see what that would do. I bet you that would probably enhance the tone quite a bit, particularly with an 18 volt power supply. But but at that point, then it kind of turns into me using the boost pedal as the gain, as opposed to the overdrive. And to me, it really should be the other way around. The overdrive should be giving me the gain that I need, and the boost should be giving me, again, as the name implies, the boost for a volume / gain boost for a lead, solo, what have you. So, merely my opinion, but they're a really good deal. They're a good deal. They can on the if you're shopping used, like I said, if you buy these new, and I think they're still making them, if you buy them new, you're going to pay a little bit for them. But if you shop used, you can probably find some pretty good deals, and and they're not overly, it's not a huge pedal. It's pretty much a standard size stomp box. The switch, by the way, is real solid, so it's not going to take up a ton of room on your pedal board. Between this one and my TC Electronics Spark Mini Booster, I really like the Spark Mini better, to be honest. So the Spark Mini brand new was 50 bucks versus this, which is, you know, more than 100. You know, and they both have one knob, and actually the Spark's got a few extra features that this one doesn't have that, you know, kind of, in my opinion, and you know, really make that a far better value. And I really do like the sound of that one a little bit better, both before gain, you know, before overdrive and after. Again, I do run that one after overdrive just because that's where I prefer to run a boost. But, you know, overall, you know, comparing this one, and maybe I'll do a shootout video between the two someday, just cause. But had I not played that one, had I played this one first, I would I would probably really like this, and I'll keep this one. This one will have a place in my arsenal at some point. It's going to go on a board, on a pedal board at some point. I'm probably going to need to build a small pedal board for myself here soon anyway, and there's a pretty good chance this one's going to make it on there. Not a whole lot more that can be said about it. It's you know, it's a good solid boost pedal. I recommend you try it out, and you know, at least if you didn't like my demo, check out some other demos, and you know, go to your local music store and plug it in, try it out, see what you think. Not a bad investment, particularly if you like to. If you're a player that likes to spend a lot of money on pedals, you might really like this one. One thing that I did forget to mention, adding it after the gain. The reason why I like it, it kind of adds a whole new dynamic, like Marshall-y type of tone to the OCD pedal anyway. That was, to me, was really cool and a very usable rock guitar tone. So definitely, like I said, will definitely be a place for it in my arsenal in the very near future. Any and all applicable links down in the description below. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button. And if you have enjoyed sitting here watching me talk about guitar pedals with a fidget spinner on my head, congratulations, we made it all the way to the end of this video with me talking gear with a fidget spinner on my head. Still spinning, I might add. Fidget spinners, however, while they seem to be taking the world by storm right now, do not create music. Musical instruments create music. And if you have broken or unwanted instruments laying around, please go visit my friends at Share the Music on their Facebook page and learn how your broken or unwanted instruments can help change somebody's life.